And a good Saturday morning to you, and welcome to the In Wheel Time Car Talk Show. Coming up, we talk JDM with Ulysses Garcia, a local, very connected guy. Jeff has a feature on 7 fun facts about the automobile.
Yeah.
And Mr. Mars reviews the new Subaru BRZ Hot Rod. Just ahead on this segment of the In Wheel Time Car Talk Show, howdy, along with Mike out of this world, Mars. We always need more Jeff Zekin. I'm Don Armstrong. So glad that you could join us on this Saturday morning. It's a hot one here in Houston, Texas, and it's not raining. And it's going to be kind of that way all weekend long.
It's raining yet.
Yeah, we dashed by, or the hurricane dashed by us and made its way over to New Orleans, and I'm sure that was a big, ugly mess and probably millions without power. We're quite familiar with that. Mm-hmm. But that's another show for another day that doesn't include cars. Do we have Ulysses?
We do, but
we kind of do. He's on his left ear.
Oh, you're kind of on the side. Can you
need to go to landscape instead of horizontal.
Yeah, instead of vertical.
Yeah, what I said.
That's it. So, matter of fact, why don't you just
He can hear us.
Well, I know he can hear us. Why don't you just go ahead and pull him up we can see what he's doing.
Now I got vertigo.
See if we can help him.
Yeah, see, you're sideways. And we can't hear you, by the way.
Or because you're muted.
Or lay on your side.
Oh, my God. Well, he's a car guy. He's not an electronics guy, so.
Go figure.
Uh-huh.
All right.
So while he's
there he is.
There he is. Okay, so we got your right side up. Now we can't hear you. So you're going to have to unmute. Now we can hear you.
Awesome,
look at
great.
you.
This is not difficult.
So
maybe not.
Horizontal?
Just like that.
Perfect.
Don't twitch it. It's beautiful. How are you this morning?
I'm good. Here, I'm going to put it on a stabilizer.
Oh, God.
Oh, boy.
Sorry about that.
So when you go and look at yourself after this show is over with and it's recorded and you can play it back, you're going to go, oh, dear God, did I do this?
All right. So I thought he was.
It's the thing nightmares are made of.
Hair care products there.
So what did you say?
Sorry about that.
Sorry about that. We're going to turn him into a television guy whether he likes it or not.
Yeah, okay.
Exactly.
You can put him back on.
Okay.
Yeah. So are you ready now?
I'm ready.
Well, we'll decide that.
I'm ready when you are.
Do what?
We're on.
I'm ready when you are.
No, we're on the air.
We're on the air.
You're live and in color, right on the air right now.
Okay.
All right?
Perfect. How you guys doing? Good
well,
morning.
we're good. Well, good morning to you. We're doing just fine, thank you. And whose garage are you in today?
I'm in my friend's Dewey Bowie's garage.
What's it called?
The garage is called the Wasabi Super Garage. It's owned by Dewey Bowie. He has a race program. I'm a part of it. We work on his race cars, which is mainly imports, Japanese vehicles. And he has a little bit of a collection here, too.
Ulysses and I had a conversation, right, when I first realized that he was a car guy. You said something about an 8,000 horsepower car.
5,000.
Oh, I'm sorry. I missed it by 3,000 horsepower.
Well, gee,
darn.
Don,
I mean, what,
Write it down
that
next
one's
time.
not here right now.
It's not.
It just shipped up north to get some chassis work done.
Uh-huh. Okay. So is this a professional shop? I mean, you guys do this full time? Or your friend does?
Well, it's like a hobby race team, but we do this as much as possible. We have a schedule throughout the year, and we try to make it to as many races as possible.
Gotcha. It's kind of like the sportsman class of NHRA.
Yeah, just on other classes and other series.
Right.
So if this is just a hobby, you got some pretty high-tech stuff and some pretty fancy cars back there that look like they go real fast. So how big is that shop?
The shop's 4,500 square feet. I can show you all around a little bit.
Yeah, show us around. And while you're switching us around there, tell us a little bit about what we're seeing there. What is that green car?
Toyota Supra.
A Toyota Supra, uh-huh.
Yep, this one's turbocharged with a Hemi in it. Pro Mod Hemi.
Has a Hemi in it?
A Pro Mod Hemi, yes.
A Pro Mod Hemi. So how many horsepower has that got in it?
Well, this one, we haven't disclosed numbers as we're competing in a no time, no numbers.
So in other words, the hood's closed for a reason.
Yep.
We can't see anything.
No.
Can you tell us whether it is a 4, 6, or 8-cylinder engine?
8-cylinder.
It's an 8-cylinder.
Yeah, this is a drag car.
It's a drag car.
That's a drag car. Yep.
Yeah. Are all of them drag cars, or do you have any hot rod street cars?
We have 3 drag cars. This is another one. It's a 240SX Nissan with the Toyota Supra 2JZ motor in it.
What kind of motor is a 2JZ?
Toyota Supra?
No, the motor is a Toyota Supra motor?
Yes.
Well,
yes.
It's got a great big turbocharger on the front of it.
Which came out of this one. So this is the original Toyota Supra, and that's the motor that it came from, the 2JZ.
Okay.
It's a 3.0 inline 6.
So what's in that one?
That
one's stock.
It's just stock now. So
mild little.
So in other words, you stole the good stuff and put it in the other car.
Yeah. Put it in the Nissan 240SX, correct?
Yeah. Wow. I'm sure that the Toyota and Nissan may have a little problem with, it's kind of like Ford and Chevy. Hey, what do you got in that Ford? Oh, I got an LS motor in it. Okay. Is there a reason that you did that you would put a Toyota motor in a Nissan and vice versa?
Well, the Toyota, the 3.0 2JZ, it's a very powerful motor. It's got a lot of R&D. Can make really good power. Back in the day, they started a thing called the Super Nationals, where all the Supras would come out and play, and they would drag race, and they were making really big power back in the early 2000s. Now it's called Texas 2K. Well, of course, Baytown shut down recently, the drag strip, but that's where it used to be held at. Right now, I think they're doing Dallas in March.
Well, as you know, and as we discussed when we first started talking about this stuff, we are old timers and really understand about the JDM thing because that is more your age group. Because the cars that we grew up with, the hot rods that we now have, they don't exist anymore. Mm-hmm. I mean, you can go to, used to be able to go to Dodge and, get the 1,000 horsepower supercharged Hemi right from the factory. Well, we didn't have any of that. And clearly that might be out of y'all's age group price range. So you guys tended to go with, generally speaking, what your parents had in the driveway, the Honda Accord, and
Hondas,
right.
Yep.
So, and that's what we did.
Vehicles.
Yes, that's what we did back when we were obviously, young and in high school. But clearly, you guys have taken it to a new level there in the JDM world.
Yeah, I don't remember having any lifts. It seems like we were in the driveway crawling up underneath the car.
With a shell driveway and floor jacks sinking into the dirt.
Yeah. Of course, it made easy oil spill cleanup because it just sunk right into the ground.
That's right, yeah. That's right. It became a hazardous waste site in a matter of minutes. Okay, so do you consider pretty much anything as an import as a JDM car, or at least a possibility of being a JDM car?
Well, there's 2 ways of seeing it. JDM, Japanese domestic market, could be just anything directly from Japan, but a lot of people do see any imported car, whether you can buy it here in the United States, but it's from Japan, like a Honda or Toyota or Nissan as a JDM. I started off with a Honda Civic back in 2006, but I mean, right now a lot of people are importing right-hand drive cars.
Yes, as a matter of fact, I got a story that I saved. I got a story that I saved for you and our viewers and listeners this morning, and I'm going to read it. This is obviously an edited version of a story from Automotive News. Legal imports of 25-year-old cars from Japan and Europe have grown from fewer than 300 in 2009 to around 20,000 per year now. As these imports grow in popularity in the U.S. among collectors, some enterprising dealers are looking to capitalize. Because these cars don't meet federal safety and emission standards, they could not be registered in the U.S. until they turned 25 years old and were treated as collectibles. But each year, the pool of cars reaching that age grows, and with it, private imports to the U.S. In fact, Japanese domestic market cars are one of the fastest growing segments of the specialty used car market. Dealers from California to New York and many states in between, as well as private buyers, are importing them by the thousands each year now. And according to figures from two sources, 25-year-old cars from Japan and Europe are on track to set a sales record this year, reaching an approximate 20,000 based on import figures for the first 7 months of the year. Several Japanese websites make purchasing and importing such vehicles and shipping them to an American port as easy as clicking a mouse. Old cars from the UK and Germany make up the bulk of the rest of the 25-year-old vehicles entering the U.S., with Land Rovers, Mini Coopers, BMWs, and Porsches being popular private imports. So it gives our viewers and listeners an idea of the JDM market, specifically those cars that you guys really, I would imagine that those cars are over and above current basic, imported cars that you guys maybe have there in the shop that you showed us earlier. These are older cars, obviously 25 years old, bringing them into the United States and hot rodding. Do you have any of those in the shop? Well, yeah, hot rods, JDM hot rods, yeah.
This one behind me, 1999, 25 years old, right-hand drive.
What make is it?
Nissan. It's a Varietta. It's a convertible.
Very cool.
That is.
Let me flip it over.
That's a sharp-looking car.
So, is there any car that you won't work on? Don's got a 2001 Corvette, and he brought it into you. Would you refuse it? Would you, accommodate him?
I mean, I work on everything. I personally own like European, a little bit of muscle, a little bit of import. But this one is the JDM Varietta. It's imported.
So somebody paid a car. So in Japan, obviously that car probably didn't look like that. I would imagine that it was imported, probably more in a stock condition, and you guys brought it here.
Body kit and all that.
Yeah. So you had the
body kit.
There you go. Yeah, and painted. I mean, you guys have put a lot of money and effort into that car.
Yes.
Yeah. How much money would you guesstimate that you've got invested in that car?
And keep in mind, you're not married, so you can tell us the truth.
Yeah.
I mean, that one's been fully overdone. It's got it also has a 2JZ in it, so it's crazy. It's a lot of money.
So a lot of money. So we're probably talking over $50,000.
Maybe.
See, he's one of those kind of guys that you really don't know about what he's actually got in his deck of cards, because he ain't showing you.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I got that. Well, okay. Let's go away from that aspect of it, because we're kind of running short on time. Tell me about something that you can tell me about that's in the shop. Something maybe you're working on for a friend or something.
Oh, okay. So this truck right here, we've been working on it all week. This is one of his drag trucks, and it has a 2JZ as well.
You guys like that 2JZ, don't you?
Yeah, it's a powerful motor. Yeah.
Yeah, and then you guys goose it up even more.
And we have it figured out. We have it figured out pretty well. We actually hold records with this one over here. Oops, sorry, that one over there.
Okay.
And this one has a similar setup now. We've ran this one before. It runs really good times in the eighth and quarter, but it should go way faster now.
It looks like it's got a dual overhead cam. Is that correct?
Yes.
The dual overhead cam. Now, did it come that way from the factory?
Yeah. So, okay. Two cams. Everything from the factory, other than maybe modified headers, turbo intake. Everything's been modified outside. Of course, inside too: pistons, rods, cams, retainers, springs. But that's the way it is. It's an inline six and.
Well, if you were to say, hey, man, you got a choice between a 4, an inline 6, a V6, or a V8, which one would you take? I'll take the inline 6 because of the torque that an inline 6 is capable of making. It is my engine of choice. How big is that turbocharger you got on that thing?
This one on here is a 98 millimeter.
Wow. Huge.
Yeah. And you've obviously had to modify the radiator there to accept all of that the plumbing and the placement of the turbo.
Yeah, it's the intercooler. Currently, we're not going to run it with water, but it is set up to possibly run water. We're going to test all that out. But yeah, everything is fully modified.
Is that a drag car?
It's a drag truck. It's a Toyota Tacoma.
Okay.
Also an import.
All right.
And I mean, it doesn't come with this motor, and we made it go that.
It's a fancy looking radiator too.
Yeah. Well, I think it's an intercooler.
Intercooler.
Yeah, intercooler.
But let me ask you. So, would you take it to the drag strip?
Yes, for sure. That's what it's for.
Right. And when is the next? What is the next event that you're going to enter it in?
We're trying to make it to an event in Florida. It's in 3 weeks, Florida 2K.
Yep.
We should be doing some testing with it soon. Hopefully everything fires up. We don't have that many issues. I mean, of course, if there are, we'll fix them and adjust from there. But we should be going to the track really soon with this one. We have an Instagram account where we post all the cars and everywhere we go, and
what's the title of the Instagram account?
The title of the Instagram account is at and then Wasabi Supra.
Wasabi, WASA.
Wasabi Supra.
Okay, Wasabi.
Right,
there you go. All right, Wasabi Supra. All right. Well,
so that's where we show everything.
Yeah.
From the shop to, just going on cruises, doing photo shoots, or just going to events or car meets.
Well, I want to know where we can get information on the cruises and the car meets that you guys have that the public's invited to.
Okay, a lot of the events that we go to are it's a series. Donald X Production. He does a series throughout the year. Field Tech has a Radio Outlaw series as well. Mainly Facebook for local stuff, whether it's Cars and Coffee or just we're taking the car somewhere to just show them how to, a car.
I want to go.
Oh, I'll invite you to the next one.
Please do. Yeah, I want to go because I've never been, and it's you guys would be the age of. Can I say it? Grandson. But that's okay. I mean, I appreciate what you guys are doing, and you are the first actual person that we have talked to on this show that is a JDM guy.
Yeah.
And
that's true.
And when you told me you were into JDMs, I'm going, oh my God, come here, let me hug you.
He does that a lot.
I do that a lot.
Yeah,
but
roots, imports.
Yeah, that because we just our stuff is old muscle stuff, and the events that we go to, generally speaking, other than new car events that John Gray has over at Gulf Coast Auto Shield, we mainly are going to events that has more hot rod stuff that you might
hot
be familiar.
rods, muscle cars,
classics,
that kind of stuff. So, at any rate, we'll talk, and you'll be back on with us, and you let us know as soon as you got something planned that we can all go to.
Looks like you had a Camaro behind him there.
Is that a Camaro back there?
The black one?
Yeah, it's from the rods.
No, not that one. You were standing next to it. Yeah, that one. There you go.
Another one that we race.
67, 68, something like that?
Yep, 67 Camaro. This one also has a Pro Mod Hemi in it with a supercharger. Our friend Rob Valden.
Well, it's great. It's
Beautiful.
Great. Listen, man, we really appreciate you coming in today, and we will talk to you again soon, and we appreciate your time. Ulysses Garcia, thank you so much. We appreciate
it. Thank you, sir.
Take care. All right. We're going to take a quick break. The In-Wheel Time Car Talk Show is available 24/7 through the iHeartRadio app. Just look for In-Wheel Time Car Talk. And a new daily podcast. Well, it's available from your favorite podcast provider. We also video stream our live 2-hour weekly show on Facebook, YouTube, and InWheelTime.com. The In-Wheel Time Car Talk Show continues right after this quick break.
The original group of Lupe Tortilla restaurants will have you telling your family and friends just what the original recipe means when it comes to the best fajitas in Southeast Texas. Founder Stan Holt invites you to visit the original lime pepper marinade that everyone will agree makes Lupi Tortilla award-winning beef fajitas the best anywhere. Lupi Tortilla Katy is another location that gives you the same quality and service Houstonians have come to expect at Lupi's. It's located on 99 the Grand Parkway at Kingsland Boulevard in Katy. Find yourself in Aggieland? Head to the Lupi Tortilla in College Station. Located just around the corner from Kyle Field, it's a great place to enjoy those famous frozen margaritas before or after the game. Going to Louisiana, the Lupi Tortilla in Beaumont is on I-10, so you can't miss it. The original group of Lupi Tortilla restaurants has the best Tex-Mex anywhere, and you're invited anytime. Your car is a direct reflection of you, so don't be satisfied with color fade or a dingy, dull appearance. Get rid of those terrible automated car wash scratches. Gulf Coast Auto Shield is your Save the Paint company. John Gray and his team of detailing experts can help your cars finish without a full repaint. Searching for the real experts in window tint or windshield protection? Gulf Coast Auto Shield. Dash cams, radar detectors? Gulf Coast Auto Shield. Got a new car? Get that thing protected as soon as you take delivery. If you don't know which of the multitude of protection products to go with, John Gray will give you an honest opinion and won't sell you something you don't need or can't afford. John will help you understand the many options and pricing right on the spot. He's your guy to have your ride looking its best and protected too. See the state-of-the-art shop yourself. Free tours anytime. Gulf Coast Auto Shield is easy to get to, located just south of the Southwest Freeway on the Sam Houston Parkway. Gulf Coast Auto Shield, full-service luxury car care today, and online at gcautoshield.com.
We got a lot going on in here in the studio this morning.
A lot.
Yeah, no, I don't. You do.
Nothing good, but it's a lot.
No, yeah, I know. Anything to deal with you, Mr. Mars, is usually not a good thing because he's over there futzing. That's a word. Futzing with the internet and all of the other connections that we've got going on over there.
And it's challenging.
It is. It's challenging for all of us. Okay, time now for Jeff's feature this hour. 7 fun facts on the automobile you may or may not know, Jeffrey.
Okay, well, surprisingly, stories about the evolution of the car. What is the world's best-selling car? How long would it take to drive to the moon? What does the word car come from? And who invented the first turn signal? Well, we're going to tell you all about that. So the world's first speeding ticket was issued in 1896 to Mr. Walter Arnold of East Peckham, London. He was clocked doing an alarming 8 miles per hour, which is 12. Oh, yeah. 12 kilometers of his motorized vehicle, 4 times the 2 mile an hour speed limit, which was actually enforced. He was fined 1 shilling in order to pay 9 shillings in cost. And those are all the shillings. Those are the baby.
They look like a bunch of heathens.
I'm telling you what. The invention of the windshield wiper in 1903, an American woman named Mary Anderson. She was born in 1866 and died in 1953. But she invented the first windshield wiper. Look at that.
Thank you, Mary.
You bet. First automobile to reach sales of 30 million. That's million. According to the Guinness World Records, the Toyota Corolla was the first automobile in history to reach sales of 30 million. It's the best-selling car ever. That's a good-looking car. That's a JDM there. Do you know that 95% of all cars' life is spent in a parked position? In some big cities, it drops to about 92% due to the increased traffic and extended commuting time. The fact, on the average, your car only spends about 5% of its life running on the road is because it's parked overnight or in parking lot during the day. How about that? Front license plates, we've got some behind me in the studio. Some of these are rear license plates. Laws regarding license plate displays vary significantly across the United States, with 29 states currently requiring both front and rear license plates, while the remaining 21 states necessitate only a rear plate. How about that? You didn't know that, did you?
I didn't.
Okay, and last one we have, jamming all day. The average driver will spend approximately 99 days of their life stuck in traffic.
Per year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
White is whiter than white. White remains the most popular color choice among car buyers worldwide. The reasons for this vary from the ease of maintenance and the color association with luxury to its high visibility, the less likelihood of being involved in an accident. So there you go. You didn't know that, did you?
You didn't.
I like white cars
did.
because you can keep them cleaner.
Well,
they don't show dirt as bad as a black car. Black cars clean, look better.
Don't talk to me about a black car. I know everything that there is to know about a black car.
And there's a reason you have one, because they look great. But you have to clean on it a whole lot more than I have to do my white car.
I wish that car were silver or something other than black, to be honest with you.
Yeah, I've had red ones, silver ones, black ones.
Get wrapped.
Yeah, no, we're not doing that either. But thank you for the offer.
I've heard him rap. He's not
okay,
very good
Mr.
at it.
Mars, it's
Yeah,
your
he's not
turn
very
for
good
the
at
review of
all.
the 2024 Subaru BRZ. Please go.
The 2024 is BRZ TS. This is a new model or a new trim level that came out this year. And this is actually the second generation of this vehicle. It was introduced in 2022 as the second gen. It comes in 3 trim levels, premium, limited, and again the TS. It is a 2-door sports car. It is rear-wheel drive. It's got the long front hood lines. It's got the TS has the upgraded sports tuned suspension on it, and it's got the steering responsive LED headlights, so they kind of turn with you for your tracks or your nights out on the road. LED daytime running lights, tail lights. TS Bembro brake package on this vehicle, and it comes with some 2540 R18 summer performance tires rolling on aluminum 18-inch wheels. Now on the inside of this vehicle, it's got the 8-inch multi-screen system up front. Now this is where you're going to find your nav, your convenience controls, your Apple CarPlay, Android, all those good things. It has Ultra Sway Performance front seats, so they've got a little bit bigger bolstering on them so that, again, this car is very track-oriented, and so it all fits into all of it. The front seats are heated, however, and the rear seats are there. It comes with an 8-speaker.
Call them seats?
Well, they call them seats. They look like seats. One of my granddaughters called them seats as well. The other one said something else about them. But it does have an 8-speaker audio system that to me is rather retro 60s. It needs a little bit of help. Considering all the wonderful things that are out there in technology, this one sounded a little weak as far as I was concerned. Because it wouldn't help overcome the road
And we
noise.
know that you're the audio aficionado.
Yeah.
Well, this vehicle, whenever you're driving it, it does have a lot of road noise on it and a lot of engine noise because the 2.4-liter inline 4-cylinder, 228 horsepower, 184 pound-feet of torque. We had the 6-speed manual transmission. Now, it doesn't have a tow rating, but it will haul donkey. Now, all these vehicles are all rear-wheel drive. The CPA says in the city you should be getting about 20 miles to the gallon on the Highway 27 and combined 22. I actually drove this vehicle 335 miles and got a 27.5 miles per gallon average on it.
Not bad.
And again, the TS is very performance oriented. It is the trim and everything is oriented towards that, including the firm ride. Now it does ease up out on the highway at some kind of speeds to it kind of lines out a little bit later, I guess, because it's not riding so low on the road because it's flying high. The base model price on this vehicle, if you're looking for one, is $31,315. The base trim price is $34,345, and the as tested price is $36,465.
Wow.
Now, if you're looking for something to compare it to, the Toyota GR86 starts at $29,300 versus the $31,300 for this vehicle. The Mazda MX-5 is $28,985, and the Ford Mustang was another one that, to me, is basically a 2-door sports car, $31,920. So if you're looking for that little sports car ride and drive, it's all right here. All the pricing on these cars are all about the same. And as we talked about earlier, it could use a little more juice under the hood, but it's still a fun car to drive.
Cool. Thank you, sir. Today's In Wheel Time Car Talk Show is sponsored by the group of original Lupi Tortilla restaurants in Houston, Beaumont, and College Station. Also, Gulf Coast Auto Shield and our friends over at Pro-Am Auto Accessories. We continue In Wheel Time right after this.
Pro-Am Auto Accessories has been serving Houston's auto enthusiasts since 1984, providing world-class products for sports cars, European sedans, and American muscle. Pro-Am is known as the place to go to find exclusive and hard-to-find parts and accessories. Pro-Am is one of the very first distributors in the USA for brands such as Recaro, Redline, Momo, Corbo, and Simpson. Located in the heart of Houston's premier retail and service corridor, the Galleria area, Pro-Am's walk-in storefront includes an 8,000-square-foot warehouse, showroom, and installation bays. Pro-Am not only sells parts and accessories, but also offers installation and service. Pro-Am is now reaching a worldwide audience through Pro-Am.com, taking its local reputation to the rest of the world. At Pro-Am Auto, you'll be dealing with a small group of professionals who truly want to help you with your automotive needs. If you don't see what you're looking for on the website, call and Pro-Am will lend you a hand. Pro-Am Auto, 6125 Richmond at Green Ridge in Houston's Galleria area. Call them at 713-781-7755. The In-Wheel Time Fall Tour begins Saturday, September 28th at Woody's 6th Annual Waterfront Rod and Custom Car Show. There'll be awards for Best Truck, Rat Rod, Import, Paint, Engine, Interior, and Best of Show. It happens at the Topwater Grill in San Leon, Texas, where the backdrop of Galveston Bay will be one for your car scrapbook. Registration is $30 per car on site. Visitors are free 8 to 4, Saturday, September 28th. It's Woody's 6th Annual Waterfront Rod and Custom Car Show at Topwater Grill in San Leon, Texas.
That's Leon, not Leon. From the Sugar Shack Studios in Houston, Texas, US of A. It's the In-Wheel Time Car Talk Show. Just ahead, it's Michael Wooding with the upcoming Woody's Waterfront Rod and Custom Show. Jeff has the Cruise In and events calendars, and we'll have the stories making automotive news headlines this week. Howdy, along with Mike out of this world, Mars, down there in the matching red shirt. In the white shirt, over here to my left, to your right, in the middle, around and about.
Up and down.
We always need more Jeff Zeke.
I look like a strawberry Oreo or something. I'm the cream filling between you two cherries. That's what I'm thinking. That's what it looks like.
You know,
I'm not saying
No,
anything.
I'm not either. I'm not going to go there, because all that'll do is get in a lot of trouble. But at any rate, it sure is good to be with you this morning. Michael Wooding is late to the dinner table.
Oh,
Well,
boy.
he's kind of half here.
No, he's not. So, again, this upcoming car show, we're going to be broadcasting again from this year. It is at the Topwater Grill, 815 Avenue O in San Leon, Texas, 77539. It happens in 2 weeks.
Yeah.
September 28th. And the show is 8 a.m. until 4 p.m. We are going to be on the air from 10 a.m. until 1 p.m. That's what we've decided to do this year. That's something new for us, because in the past, we open when the car show opens. Well, this is a cruise-in car show, a judged cruise-in car show. And we've discovered over the past couple of years, we're there and the cars are still coming in.
Yeah.
So what we're going to do is we're going to do our regular start time at 10 a.m. and run it until 1, and then the car show ends at 4 o'clock. But here's the real kicker with this show. It is on the point of Galveston Bay. So basically, you're on a little peninsula, if you will, right there where the Topwater
It's
Grill
not that
is.
wide.
It's
Yeah.
not that wide. And they've got a palapa out there with a great big, huge covered patio. It's beautiful. And all of the water and all of the great car shots that you can take of your car.
With water background. I've got several just taking pictures of the sunrise for the past few years that we've done, and they're excellent, just beautiful pictures.
Yeah, it's a beautiful setting down there. And we encourage you, if you're not going to show your car, and by the way, it's $30 cash to show it, and they take the money in the morning of the show, so it's easy. Don't have to pre-register. Let's see, classes include. I'm going to do the whole thing since he's not here.
Well, I think he can. I think we could talk to him. We're not going to have the video.
Why not?
Well, there, because he's having a little trouble kicking the video on.
Oh, there he is.
Woody, are you there?
Woody.
I'm here.
Well, what the hell?
I don't see my video though.
Well, we can see you.
We can,
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Well,
we could see you, so there's no worries there.
Well, you can see we're color coordinated today.
We
Yes,
are.
we are.
There you go. Back to Jeff being the Oreo.
We're wearing our crimson red for the Roll Tide, Roll Alabama.
This is the Toyota, since my wife works for Toyota. You know.
Okay, well, you go with what you got. I'm going to go with what I got.
There
Hey,
you
man,
go.
so car show, man, you know, these years seem to be clicking by pretty quick, don't you know?
Yeah, this is number 6, and I'm telling you, the response I'm getting is overwhelming.
So what's changed?
Well, we took the show, 2 years ago, we were dominated by new Corvettes, new Mopars, new Mustangs, and that's not what I set the show up to be.
Right.
I set the show up to be a classic car show. So now we limit the show to 20 years old or older. So we're starting in 2004 and below.
So I could bring the Corvette. Not that I would compete in all of that, but I would fit into the category. Mine's a 2001.
Absolutely.
All right.
Absolutely.
Well, it'll be a first showing for me on the show field, as it were.
Well, put it in.
Well, for
baby.
that car.
What happens? You never know.
Yeah, exactly. So I may just if it's a nice day, I'm going to take the Corvette. I
I think you should.
and
You know, the Lord upstairs has blessed us every year.
Yeah, they have.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
We had a storm like a week before one year, wiped out the parking lot.
And the pergola
Still,
thing. Yeah.
Robert at Topwater was able to repair everything and get it up and running in time for the show. So I'm saying my prayers every night and hoping for good weather.
well, we're counting on it, and I'm sure that their prayers will be answered. It's that time of year where car shows are just beginning to heat up for the fall car show season, and you got a good one down there. I don't know whether you heard me or not, but when we were padding time waiting for you to get your internet connection working, I told everybody, I said, this is one of those shows that you're going to bring your camera. I hope you got a good cell phone with a camera on it, because you'll be able to have pictures of your car with an absolutely stunning background.
And we can add a couple of ladies if you would like ladies posed with your car. We will have those on site.
Easy.
I think I'm going to bring
individual rental.
I'm going to bring mine with me. I'm not quite in the old codger realm that you are, and some of the other horny old guys are.
Boy. Oh,
so
boy.
that's not me. I'm not going to do that, but I will. I might bring Leslie, and so we'll see how that works out. But at any rate, it's a great venue.
And if you bring your vet, and if I'm a judge, I can be bought.
Yes, you can.
So there you go.
Well, you're not a judge, one of his judges.
No.
But you can be one of our judges.
Well, I'm very judgmental.
I know that. We know that.
One thing I need to mention is
Yes.
I've heard from Robert that most of the classic car guys there that come and show their car don't drink and drive. Okay, so the bar is actually suffering during the show.
We
So
do our part.
Even with us there?
We need to get as many people into the bar. So if you're bringing somebody with you and you want to get them a toddy, send them in. Let's get some toddies flowing for those people.
Are there going to be toddies out there under the pavilion, the palapa?
Well, I can see Bloody Marys coming, you guys.
You know us, don't you?
We're on our way.
As you know, I gave up drinking in October of 2023. So,
Well, congratulations.
I'm closing in on my first year of pure sobriety.
We can still leave you a tab.
Yeah, we can
Absolutely.
leave you the tab.
Yeah.
We can still.
Oh, that's not a problem.
Okay.
You heard it. We're in 50 countries. We got witnesses.
Yeah.
But another thing I wanted to talk about, are y'all seeing in the marketplace what I'm seeing in the marketplace? It is a buyer's market right now.
Oh, really?
If you've got money in your pocket and you want a classic car, you can get them bargain basement prices.
I got a friend of mine that is looking for a Restomod, a very nice Restomod C2 Roadster. And I know that you probably know people.
They're like I say, anybody that's got one for sale is constant. I've taken my wagon from $80,000 down to $60,000 and still haven't had a bite.
Really?
Wow, and it's
Yeah.
a pretty vehicle too.
Yeah,
I like it.
It is. And
And it's a wagon, it's a Pontiac. That's when it gets down to
driver.
20, let me know.
And it's a recent respray on that car,
exactly.
isn't
Yeah, it was repainted in January. Yeah.
it? Yeah. So it's same colors, right?
So, well, basically, we went with a PPG candy apple this time instead of the House of Color candy apple.
Gotcha. Okay. Well, that works for me.
Less flaking, but still pretty vibrant.
Are you going to show it?
Yeah, no, I don't show at my own show. That would not be proper.
Well, no. I mean, you could
show it off.
You
Yeah,
could show
we
it
could break
off,
down.
not in
We'll
competition.
be at the show.
Well, he
Yeah.
parks it by us. He parks it over
Yeah, I
by where we're
usually
at.
park it right up front.
Yeah.
Okay.
But,
All right.
Yeah, across the market right now, you can negotiate. I don't care what they're putting online. You can negotiate that price down. And I've seen and been in this business long enough now to see that it is a presidential election year anomaly. And it happens every 4 years. Really doesn't matter who's running or who wins, but classic car prices tank just before the election.
Really?
And Yes, and they don't really come back till February, March.
But so what do you reckon is the problem there?
Everybody's concerned about their money. Inflation's rampant. They're tight pocketbooks, and what money they do have and are willing to spend on a car that's just going to be a toy for them, basically, is just going to sit there. They're not going to make that investment until they see what's going to happen with the
Well, it's also school starting this time of year, whether you're talking about grade school, high school, or even college. You've got a lot of expenses going on, and like you say, the uncertainty of the election.
Yeah. But I'm just letting shoppers know, if you've got pocket money and you want to go out and get something, you can get it at a reasonable price now.
So, in other words, don't wait till the Mecum auction. Now's your time.
Now's the time.
Well, Mecum was just on 3 weeks ago from can't remember which city.
Here.
Here, yeah, but it was on TV a few weeks ago, and it didn't look like, well, some were overpriced, some took all the money, and some were not even worth it. So
I ran the wagon through Mecum this year, and it bid up to $62,000, and I probably should have took it, but they take a sizable cut themselves when you sell, and that would have put me down in the 50s, and I just wasn't willing to go there.
Let's talk about the show, and let's talk about the $30 cash as you roll in to show it, correct?
Yes. Unlike a lot of the stores you go in today, we do not take credit cards. We are a cash-only show.
And I'm sure that there is an ATM machine nearby.
There's one in San Leon somewhere. I wouldn't call it nearby.
you already said San
Leon. Leon.
Okay.
Not Leon.
Yeah.
I got a friend over here that for some reason has got in his mind, it's San Leon. No, it's not San Leon. That's in France. This is not in France.
Yeah, and you just roll them together, San Leon.
Well, you can see France from there.
You can see France all the way around the globe.
Yeah.
Not from Topwater, because you're in the bay.
Yeah. When folks pay the $30 and they get in to show their card, do you park them, or do they just can park anywhere?
No, we usually direct the cars. The early cars get the prime spots on the peninsula with the water as a backdrop.
Okay.
So,
then they need to be
early bird gets the worm kind of thing.
They need to be down by us where we're going to, okay. As long as they're down there by us so we can show pictures of cars that are parking. Well, hopefully when we go on the air at 10 o'clock, it'll be a full house.
Well, I just did the Moody show down at Moody Garden.
Yep.
Was an all-weekend show, and a lot of the participants there said they would be at the show.
Oh, very good.
Very good.
There were some nice cars that I hadn't seen before at that show, so it'll be nice to get these guys out of the woodwork. And they were excited about the fact that there would be no newer cars there.
Well,
I think
if you want to go to a new car show, that's called the Houston Auto Show,
right?
Cars and coffees.
Yeah. Yes, all that
every morning,
right? So we don't need to do or on the freeway,
right? There you go.
Yeah. So there's that.
We
$30 cash and show up 8 o'clock.
Gates open at 8, but people start showing up around 7 to get those prime spots.
You mean the show field starts showing up at 7?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Gotcha.
So it means we have to get there even early to set up because we got to drive through the peninsula to get to the building.
I don't think that'll be a problem.
Okay.
We've never had that problem before.
Not that I can think
And not only that, we've got the chief of police right there in that red shirt. That would be Woody.
Well,
we can find him.
I'm going to call Woody out because I tried calling him a few weeks ago to help him out with some T-shirt sales, and he never called me back. So I'm done. You never got my call.
I wasn't sure who it was. So
I identify myself. Don's son.
Don's son. Yeah. No. Yeah.
Well, we'll talk at the event.
Yeah, we'll talk.
Yeah. So the first 50 cars at the show get a free T-shirt for the show, and then there will be T-shirts for sale as well for $15 a piece.
$15, very nice. Well, we're looking forward to it. That's in 2 weeks. It's going to be September 28th, and for the public that just want to come see, it's free. And
Yes.
it's 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. out there at the Topwater Grill in San Leon, Texas.
There you go, San Leon.
Bring your wife, put a couple of drinks in her, and you never know what's going to happen.
Oh, God.
Might walk away with a hot rod purchase or something.
Or there may be a plank to walk or something.
Yeah. So do you mind with people having cars that they bring in to show that have a for sale sign in them, or is that
No,
taboo?
absolutely not. You can sell it on site. If you can find a buyer, more power to you, brother.
And if you need your car inspected and actually appraised, you could set up a date with
Yeah,
Michael Wooding, and
absolutely.
he can do that with the Auto
And that
Appraisal
gives-
Network.
That gives you an independent evaluation of the value of your car. So
Yeah.
when you're marketing, you can use that as a tool to market.
Yeah. Well, and that's always a good thing to have. What?
I'm thinking that, you see one for sale, you like it, you talk to Michael, you go down, hey, Michael says your car's not worth that much. Let me give you this.
And then they throw you in the bay with a brick around your
That's it.
ankle.
Pretty much it. Well, we're looking forward to spending another car show with you out there.
Extravaganza.
At
They're always fun.
the Topwater Grill, and it is Woody's Waterfront Hot Rod and Car Show.
There you go.
Yeah,
So-
you guys are like a bad disease. You've been there every year.
We are like a bad disease that you can't get rid of.
Just put some ointment on us, we'll go away.
Ointments and it's a couple of pills, and we're good
yeah,
to go.
maybe some
No,
drinks.
I think those are Bloody Marys.
There you go.
That's exactly right. Michael, it's great to talk to you, sir.
We look forward to it, guys. Y'all come on out and invite your friends, please.
Thank you,
Yeah,
sir.
we'll be
It's going
there.
to be fun.
We'll see you then.
All right.
Thanks,
All right.
Mike.
Okay, time now
Always
for a
fun.
quick break. In-Wheel Time Car Talk Show is available 24/7 through the iHeartRadio app. Just look for In-Wheel Time Car Talk. Grab a podcast anytime from your favorite podcast provider. We also video stream our live 2-hour weekly show on Facebook, YouTube, and InWheelTime.com. The In-Wheel Time Car Talk Show continues right after this quick break.
The original group of Lupi Tortilla restaurants will have you telling your family and friends just what the original recipe means when it comes to the best fajitas in Southeast Texas. Founder Stan Holt invites you to visit the first Lupi Tortilla near I-10 and Highway 6. Here is the original house that inspired the design of all the rest and the original charm that helped make Lupi Tortilla the go-to destination for Houston Tex-Mex. Nothing can compete with the original lime pepper marinade that everyone will agree makes Lupi Tortilla award-winning beef fajitas the best anywhere. Lupi Tortilla Katie's another location that gives you the same quality and service Houstonians have come to expect at Lupi's. It's located on 99 the Grand Parkway at Kingsland Boulevard in Katy. Find yourself in Aggieland? Head to the Lupi Tortilla in College Station. Located just around the corner from Kyle Field, it's a great place to enjoy those famous frozen margaritas before or after the game. Going to Louisiana? The Lupi Tortilla in Beaumont is on I-10, so you can't miss it. The original group of Lupi Tortilla restaurants has the best Tex-Mex anywhere, and you're invited anytime. Your car is a direct reflection of you, so don't be satisfied with color fade or a dingy, dull appearance. Get rid of those terrible automated car wash scratches. Gulf Coast Auto Shield is your Save the Paint company. John Gray and his team of detailing experts can help your cars finish without a full repaint. Searching for the real experts in window tint or windshield protection? Gulf Coast Auto Shield. Dash cams, radar detectors? Gulf Coast Auto Shield. Got a new car? Get that thing protected as soon as you take delivery. If you don't know which of the multitude of protection products to go with, John Gray will give you an honest opinion and won't sell you something you don't need or can't afford. John will help you understand the many options and pricing right on the spot. He's your guy to have your ride looking its best and protected too. See the state-of-the-art shop yourself. Free tours anytime. Gulf Coast Auto Shield is easy to get to, located just south of the Southwest Freeway on the Sam Houston Parkway. Gulf Coast Auto Shield, full-service luxury car care today, and online at gcautoshield.com.
Welcome back to the In-Wheel Time Car Talk Show for this Saturday morning. This is our live version. If you're watching, listening on Saturday between 10 and 12 noon, and this is us. Here we is.
This be us.
This be us. Okay, time now for the Cruise In and events calendars.
Okay.
And Jeffrey has that.
You betcha. So Saturday the 21st, which is next Saturday, you've got Car Show at Grace, which is the Grace Church. The admission is free. Bring your family, invite your friends, enjoy the morning of incredible cars. That's going to be at the Grace Woodlands at 24400 Interstate 45 North in the Woodlands. It goes from 9 a.m. to noon, and that's next Saturday. Then you have the Waterford at Baytown Baytown Classics Car Show, Mike. You know this one.
Oh, yeah?
901 West Baker Road in Baytown, Texas. It goes from 10 a.m. to noonish.
You know, he doesn't live in Baytown.
Well, he's close enough.
No, he goes by it.
Yeah, he can
At
show
a high
up.
rate of speed.
Well, they want him to show up. Longhorn Rod Run. It's a classic antique muscle rods and much more in Old Town Spring. This one looks like a fun event. It is at the Old Town Spring area. It starts at 10 a.m. and it goes to about 3 or 4 o'clock. But you can park your car in Old Town Spring and then walk around the shops, pick up the little knickknacks and tchotchkes that they sell. It's all very cool stuff.
Wait a minute. You say tchotchkes?
I said tchotchkes. I said it
What
out
is a
loud.
tchotchke?
It's like a thing
It's a slang term.
for stuff you can put on your shelf. And then on the Sunday, you got the
Dust
Taqueria
collectors.
Arandas third annual car show. That's at North Fraser, 1906 North Fraser in Conroe, Texas. Starts at noon. You got Bikes, Trikes, and Power Wheels. This one's by Bobby Sparkman, a friend of ours. This is down in Victoria,
This is the
Texas.
Hot Rod Tour of Texas guy.
Well, yeah, absolutely.
Well, I don't know as if it's his event.
Well,
though.
he's part of it. He's
helping
he's helping
promote
out.
it.
Yeah. Anyways, it's Bikes, Trikes, and Power Wheels. It's a good way to go
Is it
down
on
there.
a
and
Saturday or Sunday?
It is on the. I've got the date. Saturday, October 5th. So it's coming
See, I
up.
can't. Nobody has Sunday shows.
Well, they do, but they're the same repetitive shows.
No, I know those are cruise-ins, but I like that particular one.
Yeah.
Have it on a Sunday so I can go.
Well, that's true. We
I
can
can't
take the
go
day
on a
off. and go.
Saturday. I'm here.
Well, that's true.
Either that or we take the show there.
Yeah. Well, we
Which
were
is
invited.
always an idea.
We've been in places that we haven't been invited to, so we can show up.
Well, there is that.
And then we've got the stuff coming up. We just talked about Woody's. We talked about Michael Wooding. He was on the air with us at September 28th. And then on October 12th, we got Space City Corvette Show down in Friendswood. Woo-hoo. Sponsored by our good friends at Emmons, who we actually have
Emmons
Wally.
Autoplex, yes, right
Wally's
here.
right there. There's Wally. The 19th of October, we got the Spring Branch High School, Spring Branch... in Spring Branch, I should say. November 9th, we've got the Hemi Hideout. That's going to be a cool show. The Thanksgiving...
That's an open to the public show,
Open
by
to the
way.
public. It's a $10 cash only to
Get in.
view the event.
Donation.
Absolutely. Autorama is on 11:30, and then next year we've got a bunch of stuff coming up also.
Yeehaw.
Good.
All right. Some of the stories making automotive news headlines. I'm going to lead off with this. And we're going to have Kimberly Schultz is going to join us. She is marketing PR person out of the Dallas office. And I asked Mars to make it so she could be on our show. And she is going to do that. And she's going to do that, as a matter of fact. When is that? Is that next week she's going to be on with us?
Yes.
So she's going to talk about all the stuff that they're going to show at the State Fair of Texas. Sorry, trying to find the camera. It's there.
There it is.
They
Yeah,
don't have
it's-
lights on them, so I don't know. I don't know where it is.
We're always in the dark.
We are
Yeah.
constantly. So, with this story in mind, leaders of Stellantis U.S. dealer network criticized Chief Executive Officer Carlos Tavares for the rapid degradation of the automaker's brands and urged him to spend more money to clear old inventory off their lots. Hello. Retailers accused Tavares of short-term decision-making that boosted profits last year and padded the CEO's compensation. The moves ended up shrinking the company's market share and hurting the Jeep, Ram, Dodge, and Chrysler brands, the National Dealer Council said in an open letter to Tavares dated September the 10th. Tavares has been cutting jobs and slashing capacity at American factories since a plunge in U.S. sales sliced half. Has been cutting jobs and slashing.
Yeah, it was me.
It was him. He pressed the up button instead of the down button.
No, it just my
Never mind.
Never mind.
Let me just finish this story, and then you could come up with whatever excuse you want.
yeah. Give me time to think.
Slice the first half earnings nearly in half. Stellantis has taken steps this year to clear vehicle inventories, including cutting prices and bringing back incentives. But those steps have been insufficient as the company tries to protect its prized profit margins, according to dealers. Quote, for over 2 years now, the U.S. Stellantis National Dealer Council has been sounding the alarm to your U.S. executive team, warning them that the course you had set for Stellantis was going to be a disaster in the long run, the group said in a letter. A disaster not just for us, but for everyone involved, and now that disaster has arrived. Stellantis said it took exception to the letter and it doesn't believe public personal attacks are the most effective way to solve problems. Okay.
There you go.
I have said this, and I've said it on many occasions. Why would you take your bread and butter vehicles and not make them anymore? Your number one Dodge Charger and your Dodge Challenger, the Hemis, the 1,000 horsepower jobs, selling like hotcakes, can't keep it on there, high profit margins, all of that stuff. We're not going to do that anymore.
Well, Jeep's another one. They kind of slowed down a little bit, but they are still selling them. And so you take out the people that make it work, and I guess that's why you get paid $30 million a year.
Well, and there's also pressure from other outside entities like your government. There's people that other influences, the eco people.
Give me $30 million a year.
Yeah.
I bet I can talk to them.
Yeah.
We can't hear you.
I know. I don't know why.
It's
They got
his
lots of
earrings.
problems going on.
We
over
know
here.
that.
Sure do.
You brought them here with you.
Now, I know
Okay.
a good psychologist that could help you out.
Yeah. A former salesman at a Florissant, Missouri Stellantis dealership was sentenced in August to a year and a day in prison after admitting to helping a fraudster buy and finance vehicles using another person's personal information.
Wow.
U.S. District Judge Sarah Pitlick of the Eastern District of Missouri also on August 8th ordered former Marty Cancilla, Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram employee Lavelle Carradine, 35, to pay $89,263 in restitution and spend a 5-year period of supervised release. God. During the supervised release, he's required to get a probation officer's approval before engaging in any job or volunteerism that would allow access to other people's information. Can you imagine having that hanging over your head for the rest of your life? What did you do? Explain that to me again.
Yeah.
According to the plea agreement, Carradine, from June 24th, 2019 to August 23rd, 2019, sold 3 vehicles to co-conspirator Naquan Powers, 28, at the Marty Cancella store. Powers used the personal information of 2 victims with corresponding fraudulent Social Security cards and driver's licenses to obtain auto loans, according to the filing.
Wow.
Oh,
Man.
God. What did you do? Explain that to me again. Whew. That falls under the bad dealer category here in the file.
I hear things like that. I hear things. You hear a lot of things. You wonder.
Don't be that guy.
How did somebody come up with that? How do you think about that?
I don't know. You got to have a crook mind, I guess. Yeah. And apparently, he is now working for another dealership.
Well,
they couldn't think of how to be a crook, so they hired him.
He needed money.
Yeah, well,
it's all it boils down to.
Yeah. I just, how do you think of stuff like that? Hey, man, got a couple of cars. You want to go in on me with this? I can you and I can split $87,000. It's not a big deal, is it? We'll just steal people's information.
I don't know you, ma'am.
We won't. We won't get caught.
We won't. No, we won't.
Oh,
it's kind of like
horse hockey.
It's kind of like me having it all figured out when I wanted to skip school.
Yeah.
Yeah, in junior high school. Oh, me and Mike Hartman had it all figured out. We built a tree house next to the bayou that day. We had a great time until I got home. My dad came home early from work because my mother was frantic because the school called in the morning going, "Where is Donnie Armstrong?" Well, he's supposed to be there. Well, he's not here. So all day, she had no clue where I was until I got home. Then she knew. And there was Dad. It wasn't
with a chainsaw cutting the tree down.
It wasn't a It wasn't a good day at the Armstrong residence that day.
No, I understand. I think my worst was when they sent a letter. I intercepted the phone calls, but they sent a letter and said he's not going to graduate high school if he misses one more day of school. And they thought I had perfect attendance.
We're going to leave that at that. It's the N-Wheel Time Car Talk Show. We'll be back after a quick break.
Pro-Am Auto Accessories has been serving Houston's auto enthusiasts since 1984, providing world-class products for sports cars, European sedans, and American muscle. Pro-Am is known as the place to go to find exclusive and hard-to-find parts and accessories. Pro-Am is one of the very first distributors in the USA for brands such as Recaro, Redline, Momo, Corbo, and Simpson. Located in the heart of Houston's premier retail and service corridor, the Galleria area, Pro-Am's walk-in storefront includes an 8,000-square-foot warehouse, showroom, and installation bays. Pro-Am not only sells parts and accessories, but also offers installation and service. Pro-Am is now reaching a worldwide audience through Pro-Am.com, taking its local reputation to the rest of the world. At Pro-Am Auto, you'll be dealing with a small group of professionals who truly want to help you with your automotive needs. If you don't see what you're looking for on the website, call and Pro-Am will lend you a hand. Pro-Am Auto, 6125 Richmond at Green Ridge in Houston's Galleria area. Call them at 713-781-7755. The In Real Time Fall Tour begins Saturday, September 28th at Woody's 6th Annual Waterfront Rod and Custom Car Show. There'll be awards for Best Truck, Rat Rod, Import, Paint, Engine, Interior, and Best of Show. It happens at the Topwater Grill in San Leon, Texas, where the backdrop of Galveston Bay will be one for your car scrapbook. Registration is $30 per car on site. Visitors are free 8 to 4, Saturday, September 28th. It's Woody's 6th Annual Waterfront Rod and Custom Car Show at Topwater Grill in San Leon, Texas. The original group of Lupe Tortilla Restaurant.
I pressed the wrong button.
And I thought I was late.
From the Sugar Shack Studios in Houston, Texas, USA, it's the In Real Time Car Talk Show. Don't leave me alone with buttons. Just ahead, it's...
Or zippers.
Well, there's that. Just ahead, we've got more of the In Real Time Car Talk Show, including a great Us segment. I don't know how else to put it. What was the one that I came up with earlier?
I don't know. We forgot.
Great.
That was
I'm
earlier.
That was an hour ago.
Rewind the tape.
No, we're not going to rewind it.
Jeff Heitzman will know.
He'll call us out on anything.
Exactly.
And let's not leave George Skelton out.
No.
Either. Anyway, we're also going to have this hour a actual car review of the 2025 Chevy Trax. And you're going to be surprised about my review, and I think everybody will be if I can get it out of my mouth. Howdy. Along with Mike out of this world, Mars, we need more Jeff Zekin, Chief Engineer David Ainsley sleeping in. I'm Don Armstrong. Glad you could join us today. Jeff's going to have his Motor Minute as well. You're going to have a moment.
Well, it's going to be it'll be fun.
You don't even know what to say at this point.
Well, it's on the fly.
It is on the fly. This whole show is on the fly. God. So we have a choice. I can either do recalls, which I love. There's some goodies in here this year, this hour. Or we can do Hemming Soul Car Weekly Roundup.
Well, we also have a question from the internet that you could answer if you want to at some point in here.
I'm afraid.
Read it. Go for it.
George wants to know
George.
if it was Candace Thackeray Sneed that turned you into Mr. Duff.
No, it was not. And it was Walter Duff. And no, it was not.
All right, George. That's the best I can do.
I think it was Homeroom. And, call his name and he did, hello? McFly, hello?
Not here.
Yes. Bueller.
Yeah.
Bueller. Yeah, I wasn't there. And I clearly wasn't in my mind. But in my mind, I had it all figured out that it was supposed to work this certain way. And it just didn't
go that way. See, you didn't have a devious mind. You weren't a villain back then.
No, I wasn't. And I'm still not today. Not intentionally, anyway. All right, here's some of the recalls that I need to get in this morning.
Did we decide on recalls?
Yeah, I think
we did.
Apparently.
Instrument panel failure in the Jeep Gladiator for 2020 through 2024 and the Jeep Wrangler for 2018 through 2024. The instrument panel fails. Stellantis recalling more than 1.2 million pickups because of an anti-lock braking system software malfunction that can disable the electronic stability control system, potentially causing a vehicle crash without prior warning. Do you know of many prior warnings in vehicle crashes? Not usually.
I think that's something we ought to invent. Oh, you're going to have a crash in 5 miles.
No.
Hold on.
Wait a minute. You're going to have a crash now.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
that's
then
the way it
there's
usually
some
works.
bad language used.
The recall affects 2019 through 2024 Ram 1500 pickups, and 100% of the vehicles are expected to have the defect. Oh, God. According to documents filed with NHTSA. Defective vehicles are produced from October 31st, 2017, and received the February 14th, 2024 ABS module software update. So they've been updated, so now they're going to have to update the update. Way to go.
Nice.
NHTSA is also launching an inquiry into Stellantis following reports of unexplained fires starting under vehicle hoods. The investigation is estimated to affect over 780,000 vehicles, covering the 2021 through 2023 Jeep Wrangler and the 21 through 23 Jeep Gladiator. 9 vehicle owner questionnaires were received by the Office of Defects that reported unexpected fires, and most indicated the fires occurred while the ignition was in the off position. Passenger side of the engine compartment is suspected as being the origin point, according to documents filed with NHTSA. Park it outside until you know for sure.
I want to know more about this Office of Defects. Is that a big place? Is that hundreds of people that work there?
No, it's got one little old man in there, bald-headed with some round inspector glasses on.
You got a whole office just for defects.
And he's got a stamp. And he's all day long, that's all he does. Defect, 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 defect.
Wow.
Volkswagen ID4. Have you seen one of those, Mars?
No,
I've
I have
not
not.
seen one. We typically, every once in a while, get a Volkswagen, but we've not seen any electric
You
Volkswagens.
see a lot of the Cybertrucks lately, a lot of Teslas.
Improperly secured passenger airbag inflator. That would be kind of like the airbag that was in the movie Vacation,
Oh, yeah.
where the thing blew up in his face, and all it was a trash bag, but it was pretty good. Volkswagen, like I said, recalling 98,000 ID4 compact crossovers because of defective door handles that offer insufficient water protection. This can lead to printed circuit board malfunctions if water seeps through, and can cause an open command to the door lock while the vehicle's moving. The recall affects 21 to 24 Volkswagen ID4 electric vehicles, and all door handles are included. Martha, did you open the door? No. Wait a minute. Oh, Martha. Yeah, there she goes down. She's on the feeder. The door opened.
They need the Ken Diggett door handles.
They do, yeah.
They flush in there.
So those are the recalls. I think that what we need to do is we need to have us a little game time. We have the Texans playing tomorrow evening.
We do.
On Sunday night
Yep,
football.
Yep.
We've got Alabama Crimson Tide playing today at 11 o'clock.
I heard the roof's going to be open for the Texans.
Yes, it is.
Or at
That's
least
what I hear.
at this point in time, they've decided that.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, the forecast is pretty good, and it'll be a rare event when the roof is open. And, we as taxpayers paid a lot of money to have that thing open and close. It's never open.
Well, the last hurricane opened it.
Yeah, it did.
Took some panels off.
Yeah. Like a can opener.
But I have to disagree with that. Understanding it's supposed to rain tomorrow afternoon through the evening.
Good.
I mean, I'm just
I don't
saying,
know.
They'd probably make that.
Do I need to look that up?
game
I'm not gonna
time
look that
decision? I don't know. But and you talked about what Crimson who?
Funny. It's okay. We'll get you.
Astros are playing today. They won last night.
Yeah.
There was a ARCA race on yesterday, and then it was also the
An ARCA race on Friday?
Friday afternoon, evening, Friday. Yeah. They got to get him in when they get him in. ARCA's the lesser.
Third tier.
Yeah, third tier. Yeah.
ARCA used to be the second tier back in the day.
Yep.
ARCA is a different racing series, but they ran alongside NASCAR Winston Cup at the time. And the ARCA race was on Saturday, and a lot of the, kind of like it is now with the secondary Xfinity series. Is it the Xfinity series? Is that the second?
That's the second. Yeah, it's like the Busch series.
Yeah. And so, but back in the day, ARCA they were the bomb as it coming through the ranks. Anyway, let's do the Soul Cars Roundup fun game, shall we? So the boys are going to guess the sold price of vehicles off of Hemmings.com Sold Cars Roundup.
I got to concentrate.
All right, now I want you to put your mind into, let's see, 1958.
Oh, I was just a wee lad.
Two-door, hardtop. 1958 Chevrolet Biscayne.
Ooh.
Looks like a resto mod. Been lowered. Medium blue in color. Has some aftermarket wheels on it. Just enough chrome trim. Looks really good. Kind of like Richie's brother in American Graffiti. Remember the white and black Biscayne? It's like that. How much do you think that sold for?
32.
That's what I was going to say.
I wrote mine down.
All right. Well, I'm going to take 28 then.
28.
Well, it's $23,100.
Oh, very good, Michael.
That would be a great car to buy.
I'm going to give you that one.
It's very. I didn't realize
Very
how
unique.
unique.
That's only a
58s
one.
were.
Yeah, that's only a 1 year model car.
Yeah, I was.
Change the body style. Well, it goes from 57 to 58 and then 59. Those are all three different bodies.
And you can play along at home, too. So whoever wins, Mike will come to your house and wash your car.
Here's one. A 1987 Chevrolet Corvette.
Oh.
This was the first model year, if I'm not mistaken, that was built in Bowling Green. 1987 Chevrolet Corvette. It's a coupe. Okay. And how much do you think that sold for in the online auction at Hemmings.com?
Damn. I'm going to start going first. 12.
I said 11.
$4,100.
Okay.
On Hemmings?
Uh-huh.
Man.
There it is, right there.
It's. I mean, because it's got to be a driver.
This is for Jeff. A 1969 Chevrolet Nova.
Oh.
I can't tell you how many Chevrolet Novas that I washed at Richardson Chevrolet.
Yeah.
Okay.
You felt
A
good
lot.
about it, didn't you?
Because it
69,
was
you said?
69 because it was the entry level Chevrolet back in the day.
Yep.
And they made them in 4 doors and they made them in 2 doors. This happens to be
The grocery getter car.
2-door.
I would say
They also
priceless,
made
but I'll let
some
you go
hot
first.
rods out of them.
Yeah.
How much do you think that sold for? 69. It's red with white racing stripes on it. Looks like it's got some aftermarket wheels on it. I don't know anything about the other conditions or engine style. I don't know.
17.
17.
I'm going to go 9.
How about $110,250?
I see. I did say priceless. I did say priceless.
What the hell?
There's something else there.
That we don't-
SS or an
Oh
RS
boy,
or
no, that's a big block all the way. Look
You
at that.
think?
Look at.
Did they
look
put
at
a
that.
big block in there?
Oh, yeah.
yeah.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
could get
yeah.
a 396 in them.
Yeah.
Okay.
And there's something on the.
The grill's got an
The
emblem
grill's
on
got
it.
an
So
emblem
there-
on
it's
it.
An SS or a something.
So we were deceived.
It's
in
a
the description.
BS is what it is. Anyway, here's one for you. Boys, you Ford Mustang fans.
Jeez.
1965 black on black Ford Mustang convertible. I don't recall them making a convertible, but maybe they did.
I'm sorry, Don. What year again?
A 1965 Ford Mustang convertible. What?
Yes, they did. In fact, they made the convertible before they made the other one.
I think
because
he's right. Yeah.
They had to
You're
have
right.
the body dressing and everything.
You're right. Okay. So 65 Ford Mustang, black on black convertible. Looks like it's got wire wheel covers on it. I don't.
Yeah, that would be factory. Automatic.
I
Don't
don't know
probably.
that.
Automatic or 3-speed.
Whatever.
25.
I'm going to go 50.
23,363.
Yeah, I'm betting 3
And
speed.
part of the reason that I was attracted to this thing that we do here is the fact that you can buy, if you're interested in getting into any kind of a collector car, which is an everyday driver, you want to get something that maybe perhaps that you can modify, buy something that's all completely stock. Hemmings, they got these cars.
Yeah, and there's a few other places, but I mean they vet them. I mean, so you got to be a certain caliber,
And they
best they can.
Right. They usually have lots of pictures on there.
Mm-hmm.
If you're looking for this particular one, the 57 Chevy Bel Air, you can find out whether or not it's got the 6-cylinder or the V8 in it or,
Well, yeah, like you said, you got to vet them, and then there's the criteria to get into that, and then if they can
Right.
also refuse to take it for
Yeah.
their reasons.
So here is a 57 Chevy Bel Air 4-door sedan.
Ooh.
How much do you think? And it looks completely factory stock. I don't know about the color, but it's medium blue and it's nice. It's got a white top on it, very clean. Got full wheel covers on it, stock looking. How much do you think that car like that would sell for?
You go first, but there's my number.
Where's your number?
I'm going to say 9,000.
$100K.
$10,100.
I just paid 10 times more.
You're the guy I want to sell to.
And the reason being is because it's a 4-door. If it were a
What was your
2-door,
number?
it'd be a whole different world.
I agree, but the 4-doors are kind of coming up because the 2-doors got so expensive.
Yeah.
What was your number on that?
9.
Okay, but I'm going to give you that one. So Mike's ahead.
Thank you.
All right, this is one for you, Mars. It's a farmer truck,
With no doors.
and it's got a camper on the back of it.
Oh.
Ooh, price just went up.
1977 Ford F-250, so it's a 3/4 ton, and not one of the most attractive trucks in the entire world. But
Two-tone with a panel painted on the bottom?
no, it's one color and it's beige.
Oh,
This
my
is
color.
perfect. This is perfect for Mars.
Yeah.
Probably got a 4-speed granny gear type transmission.
I don't
in
know
it.
about that.
Cab over camper.
Nope. Just like you got
Like
on the in-wheel time
like a
truck.
lyric aluminum top.
Yeah, man. I was thinking maybe it's home away from home.
77 F Ford 250.
$12,000.
Mars,
14,
3/4 ton. 14,963 is what
Woohoo,
it sold
Michael.
for.
Hot diggity.
Speaking of trucks, while we're in that category, here's another one. The 1954 F100, which would today be considered a half ton.
Mm-hmm.
It's all fixed up, all gussied up. It's not a radical resto mod. Looks like it's probably stock. It's got a pretty nice looking paint job on it, medium blue, with white grill treatment to it. Just stock looking. Okay. 54 Ford F-150, F-100. Who's going to go first? What you think it's sold?
14.
22.
14.7.
Ooh, I got one.
This is for all of us. A 1972 Buick Electra 225.
Deuce and a quarter.
Dude, this thing.
It's not a Wildcat, is it?
No, it's massive though. My God, it's big.
My Aunt Jean had a Wildcat, and it was a bad to the bone car.
I hope it was green, forest green,
No,
like
this is
this one
white
is,
and-
with great big white wall tires.
No, but that's the...
and
That's,
big wheel covers. Plain Jane looking and luxury and floatability.
$9,000.
9,000. You looked.
14.
No, I didn't.
$9,300.
No, I did not
I
look.
guess
I
I
got
should have
two.
paid attention when he said you looked at there.
You can't fit that in the garage in a normal.
No, heck no.
Here we go. We're going to move along now. 1955 Chevrolet 210 station wagon, 4-door. It's not a Nomad. All right? It's not a 2-door. It's a 4-door. It looks all stock, blue, medium blue with a white top. I don't know what the attraction to that is. It seems like all these cars are that way. What do you think, Mars?
16.
14,963.
I was going to say 14,963.
Yeah,
A 54 Studebaker Conestoga.
Oh, yeah.
A Conestoga.
Man.
That would be something that would be in your garage, Mars.
Rawhide.
Anyway.
A 54
Bonanza.
and it's got rust on showing through it. And
yeah.
And it's what I'd like to call butternut yellow, and it's ugly.
$4,000.
I know it's a Conestoga though, man.
Yeah, exactly.
I
It's
would
rawhide.
say probably 8.
12.6.
Ooh.
Now here's one for everybody.
Everybody.
The 1937 Cord 812. Now this Cord, this 1937 had the hidden headlights in the back,
Right.
and the flip up,
Yep.
and it's a convertible,
The bulbous fender.
and it's red. It's got wide whites on it, and I mean this is top of the line movie star kind of stuff.
It's not a fiberglass
No,
repo.
no,
or
37 Cord 812. How much?
$200,000.
Mars
No, I would say about 160.
147.
Michael won this week.
$147,000.
2, 3, 4, 5. You got like 7. I got 2.
Time now for a quick break on the In-Wheel Time Car Talk Show. We'll be right back after these brief messages. Oh, my goodness. Stay with us.
The original group of Lupe Tortilla restaurants will have you telling your family and friends just what the original recipe means when it comes to the best fajitas in Southeast Texas. Founder Stan Holt invites you to visit the first Lupe Tortilla near I-10 and Highway 6. Here is the original house that inspired the design of all the rest and the original charm that helped make Lupe Tortilla the go-to destination for Houston Tex-Mex. Nothing can compete with the original lime pepper marinade that everyone will agree makes Lupe Tortilla award-winning beef fajitas the best anywhere. Lupe Tortilla Katie's another location that gives you the same quality and service Houstonians have come to expect at Lupe's. It's located on 99 the Grand Parkway at Kingsland Boulevard in Katy. Find yourself in Aggieland? Head to the Lupe Tortilla in College Station. Located just around the corner from Kyle Field, it's a great place to enjoy those famous frozen margaritas before or after the game. Going to Louisiana? The Lupe Tortilla in Beaumont is on I-10, so you can't miss it. The original group of Lupe Tortilla restaurants has the best Tex-Mex anywhere, and you're invited anytime. Your car is a direct reflection of you, so don't be satisfied with color fade or a dingy, dull appearance. Get rid of those terrible automated car wash scratches. Gulf Coast Auto Shield is your Save the Paint company. John Gray and his team of detailing experts can help your cars finish without a full repaint. Searching for the real experts in window tint or windshield protection? Gulf Coast Auto Shield. Dash cams, radar detectors, Gulf Coast Auto Shield. Got a new car? Get that thing protected as soon as you take delivery. If you don't know which of the multitude of protection products to go with, John Gray will give you an honest opinion and won't sell you something you don't need or can't afford. John will help you understand the many options and pricing right on the spot. He's your guy to have your ride looking its best and protected too. See the state-of-the-art shop yourself. Free tours anytime. Gulf Coast Auto Shield is easy to get to, located just south of the Southwest Freeway on the Sam Houston Parkway. Gulf Coast Auto Shield, full-service luxury car care today, and online at gcautoshield.com.
You know, fall's right around the corner, and the In-Wheel Time Car Talk Show has some remote broadcasts lined up, including Woody's Waterfront Car Show, September 28th. Space City Corvette Club's Big Show in Stevenson Park in Friendswood. The Hemi Hideout Open House, November 9th, and Houston Autorama Thanksgiving weekend. We hope that you will be sure and stop by and say hello on our In-Wheel Time remotes. All right, time now for Jeff's Motor Minute.
Oh, if I'm going to start out with, we've got a new subscriber. This person is A Keys. They've contacted us, Mike and I, and we appreciate them being a subscriber to the show, and I encourage everyone to do that, because who can go through the day without looking at us? The other thing I want to talk about is I had a mass airflow sensor go on my car this week, guys, and had to have it towed into a dealership.
You never have trouble with that car.
I know. The car's well maintained. It's a great car. She's a little long in the tooth. She's 11 years old, but these things happen. You know, you go to the doctor and get your blood pressure checked and all that stuff. But I suggest to everyone to know their vehicle. If you've got a hint that something's going wrong, get it checked out.
Did you have a hint?
No. The point is that when you do have a failure, kind of know what you're looking at. You pop the hood and you go, what could it be? So get to know your vehicle, check your owner's manual of stuff that you don't know. Maybe get a lesson, have somebody teach you about your vehicle, but that's always good to know.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
As a matter of fact, I emailed Carolina over at Professional Auto Care saying, Carolina, I want to have the fuel filter changed in the 23-year-old Corvette that I have out there, because it's never been changed. I want to do that this year. And, of course, I'll have my usual oil change and filter change, going with Wix and all the filters. Yeah. And so I've got that coming up. And I asked her, I said, if you see anything that I'm missing, let me know so I can budget it. The fuel filter is like, $35, $40.
Yeah.
And the oil's not cheap because it takes Mobil 1. It takes 5.5 quarts.
Yeah.
Now, hey, Jeff, let me have a half a quart of oil. The hell? You got any pints? No.
Yeah, we do, but they're at the bar. But the point is, get your car checked out. And that's good, because she's got your records. Because you always take it to her, so she knows that you're due for this, due for that.
And the state inspection, of
absolutely.
course. And I still have to get that done, because it's not the new year.
One more year. And then
well, yes, but you still have to have, in this county, you still have to have the tailpipe sniff.
Yeah.
Make sure that you're compliant with your emissions. Okay.
Gotcha.
Time out for this hour's car review. I had a chance to drive the all-new 2025 Chevy Trax. This is the cheapest Chevrolet you can buy, okay? It's available in these trim levels: LS, LT, 1RS, Active, and 2RS. I had the 2RS, top of the line. This is what is considered a small station wagon. Would you believe that?
I like it.
They call it a station wagon.
Yeah.
It looks like an SUV to me. Seats 5, all new last year. Sharpest looking extra small SUV on the market in my mind. Attractive front fascia with a big grille and squinty headlights. Mild side body sculpting with a black lower valance and wheel openings. The rear gets attractive, distinctive lighting. Overall, exterior design gets an A Don Plus. What could use improvement? Nothing. Don't touch it. It's perfect. Interior, by the way, the interior, it only comes in black. And therefore, they have made it this way so they can keep the cost of the car down. Thank you, Chevrolet.
Yeah, good idea.
Thank you, GM. That's a good idea. Keep the cost low. People need something that's affordable. It has the, this one did, optional 11-inch touchscreen with Apple and Android integration. Seating is comfortable and durable. Easy to find and use buttons and controls for everything. Adaptive cruise control and blind spot monitoring are standard on this particular trim level. One of the roomiest extra small SUVs on the market. What I liked about it, everything. What could use improvement? Nothing. Doing stupid stuff costs dollars, and that's a big part of the attraction. There's nothing stupid that I can find on this, and I think that Chevy and General Motors did a great job on this. 1.2 liter turbo, an itty bitty tiny teeny weeny turbocharger and a tiny little engine. 137 horsepower with 162 whopping pound-feet of torque. You have a little smirk on your face
I know.
there. 6-speed automatic transmission. One of the highlights, it gets 28 miles per gallon in the city, 32 on the highway for a combined of 30. I got 30.5 miles per gallon
Nice.
over 302 miles. What I liked about it, just enough horsepower to keep you out of trouble, but it could use a little more. What do you say? Put a turbo on it?
Well, they make a 1.2 and 1.3 liter with turbos on each
Yeah, but again, you go to the turbo, then you got to do some engine mods to handle the turbo and all that.
Don't jack with it. It's
No,
okay.
leave it alone.
Ride and handling, all-wheel drive is not available on this car. What I liked about it, the ride and handling smooth and comfortable. What could use improvement? Nothing. This car, in my opinion, is a winner on all counts. A great first car for everyone, including the teenager that's either going to go to high school for the next 2 years and then go on to college, or college, maybe present, whatever. Base trim, $24,300. Price is tested. Now, this is the top of the line, the RS, okay? $27,085. Base model price, $20,400.
Very good.
Competitors: Mazda CX-30, $24,995. The VW Taos, which is a much bigger vehicle, $23,995. And the Chevy Trailblazer, we'll just keep it in the family, $23,100. But the attractiveness to this is the size of it, to me. It's very maneuverable. Go grocery shopping, no problems getting it in the parking spot, getting it out. Maneuverability is excellent on this. Like I said, it could use a little bit more horsepower for me, but for most people, I think that's okay. It'll work.
Two things on that. We almost got Kylie one where Kylie was looking at one of those when she
Really?
was getting, at the Autorama, Auto Show.
Yep.
And then I was at the Buick store getting my car worked on, and they had the Buick version of this in the
Right.
showroom. Now, looking at your interior shots that you showed there, very, very similar to the Buick, the
Yes.
one that you're driving now. Kind of laid out in the same pattern with the same materials.
Well, like I said, with the black interior,
Right.
it keeps the price low.
Yeah.
You got one interior, that's it, that's the one. If you don't like it, then go shop
Yeah.
somewhere
And
else.
if you can-
But the point is keeping the cost low.
Right.
And especially in today's market. I mean, my God, the average price of a car is $50,000. Who can afford that?
I was looking at that size vehicle while they were working on my car. I had some time to kill, so I was in the showroom.
Fiddle around.
Yeah, fiddle around. And there's some nice stuff out there. It just depends on what you want.
Yeah.
Yep.
What do you think, Mars? You're over there in deep thought in some other world.
Yeah.
Well, then never mind.
Yeah.
You're welcome. I see that Sue Mead is standing by.
Well,
Mead-
we
and
were
she-
having some. We were getting set.
Getting set.
Yep.
Okay. Just checking. We're going to take a quick break. Hey, if you'd like to get in touch with us, shoot us an email. The address here is info@inwheeltime.com. Mars' personal address is mars@inwheeltime.com. And Jeff
case you missed it.
Jeff@inwheeltime.com. And info gets to all of us. So we'll be back after a quick break here on the In Wheel Time Car Talk Show.
Pro-Am Auto Accessories has been serving Houston's auto enthusiasts since 1984, providing world-class products for sports cars, European sedans, and American muscle. Pro-Am is known as the place to go to find exclusive and hard-to-find parts and accessories. Pro-Am is one of the very first distributors in the USA for brands such as Recaro, Redline, Momo, Corbo, and Simpson. Located in the heart of Houston's premier retail and service corridor, the Galleria area, Pro-Am's walk-in storefront includes an 8,000-square-foot warehouse, showroom, and installation bays. Pro-Am not only sells parts and accessories, but also offers installation and service. Pro-Am is now reaching a worldwide audience through Pro-Am.com, taking its local reputation to the rest of the world. At Pro-Am Auto, you'll be dealing with a small group of professionals who truly want to help you with your automotive needs. If you don't see what you're looking for on the website, call and Pro-Am will lend you a hand. Pro-Am Auto, 6125 Richmond at Green Ridge in Houston's Galleria area. Call them at 713-781-7755. The In Wheel Time Fall Tour begins Saturday, September 28th at Woody's 6th Annual Waterfront Rod and Custom Car Show. There'll be awards for Best Truck, Rat Rod, Import, Paint, Engine, Interior, and Best of Show. It happens at the Topwater Grill in San Leon, Texas, where the backdrop of Galveston Bay will be one for your car scrapbook. Registration is $30 per car on site. Visitors are free 8 to 4, Saturday, September 28th. It's Woody's 6th Annual Waterfront Rod and Custom Car Show at Topwater Grill in San Leon, Texas.
The world's favorite place to go for fun, romance, and informative car talk.
All right.
This is the In Wheel Time Car Talk Show. The romance comes in the cars.
I was wondering about that.
You love your car.
Yes, that's it. I knew that.
Made you think, though, huh?
Yeah.
Did.
Okay. Just ahead, journalist Sue Mead talks about soft roading.
Uh-oh.
What? Later, Jeff has the racing calendar. Mars has This Week in Auto History, and I'll get you caught up on some of the stories making automotive news headlines this week. Howdy, along with Mike Out of This World Mars. We always need more Jeff Zekin. I'm Don Armstrong. Glad you could join us on this Saturday for our live broadcast. If you're listening on a podcast or something other than between 10 a.m. and 12 noon on Saturday, you are listening to a pre-recorded show. And this particular date today is 9/14/24.
That's right.
So there you go. Just to make sure everybody's on the same page.
Okay.
We ain't trying to fool nobody, kind of like that guy who worked at that car dealership.
Day late and a dollar short.
Yeah, exactly. Well, look who's joining us. Oh, my God. It's Sue Mead, ladies and gentlemen. Sue, you look great. I haven't talked to you or seen you in years, but it's great to have you on the show today.
Thank you, guys. It's so nice to be back. I think one of the last shows that I did with you was when I was in Saudi Arabia, but I'm home today in Williamstown, Massachusetts, which feels great. It's been a really busy year car-wise.
Well, I sure am glad that you're home because, you know, you need to run the vacuum cleaner and do a little dusting and, you know, some home stuff for a while.
Feed the fish.
Mow the grass.
Oh, wait a minute. I just heard you talk about romance in cars, and my romance in cars is going off-road in them. And what happens there stays there. I actually just love off-roading, and you guys know that. I've had some fun times doing that this year, both in the U.S. and even in China, which we'll talk about another time. But I'm so excited to be back with you guys.
Well, it's great to have you with us. And Sue is a well-versed auto journalist, racer, off-roader. She is everything. She is the living car goddess right there. She is.
People want to be her.
You're making me feel so good as I turn 74 this week.
Let's not even talk about that.
Yeah, we're not talking about
it. Listen, guys, I'm so happy to be here.
You're catching up to Don.
Yeah, that's it.
Still working.
So I know, and I enjoy what I do here.
I enjoy being on the road and driving some new cars. I just drove 3 versions of the Hyundai vehicles with the XRT trim, and saw a 4th version unveiled, and it was really fun. I love Hyundai vehicles because of the warranty and the 3 years unlimited maintenance and roadside support. But this new XRT trim just floats my boat.
Where did you go to drive those?
Good question. In the mountains out of Santa Barbara. We stayed in Los Olivos.
Oh, God.
Yeah, you've been there, obviously. But the nice part about it was that there are some good driving roads without much traffic. And that's what you need to do if you're flying to Santa Barbara or Santa Monica. You need to get away from the traffic.
You didn't run into any fires out there?
No. I saw some from the air, but no, I was fortunate.
Good. So we talk about soft roading, a term that you came up with. Define that for us.
Well, I've noticed, Mike and I had a conversation about this the other day. I've noticed that over the last couple of years, especially, more and more manufacturers are building models that have a trim that they're advertising can go overlanding or off-road. And the truth is that 90% of them are really what I like to call soft roaders. They can go on a light dirt trail or for some light backcountry use. So many manufacturers have made these vehicles and are touting them because it's such a popular end of the driving culture right now. I think there are a few folks who like to look like they're doing that, but many do. And I'm really excited about that as an off-roader myself. I'm also really touting that folks who do it still should pay attention to the rules of letting someone know where they are, having good safety equipment and food and water and supplies in the vehicle, because I don't like to think of folks saying, well, I've got an extra tough bumper and I can or cannot put a winch on it and I've got some rubberized seats. I'm just going to go off-roading today. So that's why I like to call it soft roading.
Yeah, I think that's a good term. You know, it's funny. I didn't know that you were going to talk about this, and I was thinking everybody nowadays, and I mean that loosely, but the majority of cars that are sold are SUVs. And they're sport utility vehicles, meaning in my age group and yours, that they could go off-road. And the majority of vehicles coming out of the factories today are not really capable of going off-road. They may look like they are, but they're really not set up to do it. I mean, okay, it may have four-wheel drive, but it doesn't have a transfer case. It doesn't have low gear. You can't do the things that you can, let's say, for instance, in a Jeep Wrangler. I mean, a full off-road Jeep Wrangler is going to cost you quite a bit of money, but, you know, it's one of those deals where you really have to be specific into what you define as off-road as opposed to your next-door neighbor that, I'm going to go off-roading in my SUV. It's what it's for. And it's it's not really that set up to do that.
Exactly. I started thinking about this before we went on air, and I thought, what are some of the things that are really important to real off-roading? And ground clearance is a big one. Good tires is another. And having gearing, as you said, a low-range set of gears. But what impressed me about this, there are two things that impressed me about the XRT trim on the Hyundai vehicles the other day, which started the conversation with Mike Mars, and that is not only did Hyundai put it on their Santa Fe that was new this year, the 2025 Santa Fe, but they just added it as a trim level for the Tucson. So the Santa Fe is a three-row vehicle, as you know, full size. And the sort of mid-size to full size, we straddle categories. The Tucson is more of a compact to mid-size SUV. They've also put it on the Santa Cruz, which is a compact truck. And now one of the most fascinating elements of being on the program was seeing that they have added this trim to the Ioniq 5, which with this trim on it, I saw that one of my journalist friends called it having the potential to be a hot hatch. And it reminded me of driving the Mustang Mach-E with a rally trim on it. So the Ioniq 5 is an electric vehicle. And we certainly know electric vehicles are going off-road these days, but it was not a vehicle that I expected to have this extra cladding on the front and rear. There's a dark chrome grille that kind of makes it stand out with this package. And also, like everything today, what is the jewelry on cars today, guys?
Wheels.
Wheels. You should see the wheels that come with this trim. So there's different wheels and different tires. And then, of course, a roof rack. Whether you're going to use it or not, it's there. It speaks to the mission. And then inside is some special sort of WeatherTech seating. So I think it's really cool. I did take two versions of it, the Tucson and the Santa Cruz, on an off-road trail with a couple of longhorn cows giving me a spit eye.
That would be the stink eye.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's right. That's exactly what it was. So, but they had, the ground clearance isn't raised. It can always be raised a little bit with a tire, but it had the capability to go up and down some hills, and the all-wheel drive gearing to do the same, and the traction to make corners with a little bit of punch to the throttle. So I'm just fascinated with the fact that we could count on our hands so quickly a dozen or more vehicles that are not the Jeep Wrangler or even the Bronco Badlands, vehicles that really have more ground clearance and more prowess off-road. But there are a lot of vehicles. Let's look at the Subaru Wilderness.
Yes.
It had, that's a good example. It's a wagon on steroids a little bit, but it very much and I was thinking of the Honda Trail Sport. And it's not just a class of vehicles. It's really, I think, a part of our culture that I think goes back to even 2008 to 2010, when people stopped taking traditional vacations and did staycations and started going off-road. And we've seen such a growth in not just the true overlanding and the vehicles that go camping, and the Rebelle Rally, which has a mix of these soft roaders and some that are true four-wheel drive. But we've seen so much of this, and I think it's great, but it's become, in the case of Hyundai, it's become a whole a trim package that's added to 5 of their vehicles now. So it's very interesting to see what that says about the car culture today. And when Mike and I were talking about it, we both said, and he said first, I think, what's next? I don't know, but what I know is that this is really big now.
I find it interesting. I wonder what the take rate is on these, because, like I said, I think that most generally speaking, people don't do this. So this is really kind of a niche deal, but I think it's going to expand, like you said, into more and more people doing staycations, camping with the family. Because let's face it, going to a Motel 6 and spending $200 a night can add up pretty darn quick. I mean, You don't have to go to a high-end luxury staycation someplace and spend $10,000 for 5 nights over there. You can go camping for just a teeny tiny fraction and really experience something that most people haven't experienced before. Camping out with the family, going to a lake, going to the woods, whatever the case may be. And you'd really want to have something that would be capable of going off-road, because some of the campsites are semi-remote. You have to go through the park to get to them, but you can, and that's part of the fun of doing it. I just think it's a great idea. I know that there are a lot of manufacturers now that are really kind of focusing more on these particular trim levels. The Nissan Rogue Wilderness, you mentioned that. Yep. GMC Terrain AT4. So there are those out there, and really, if you stop and think about it, if you were to go to a parts store or online and go buy yourself, some big wheels and tires, you'd go buy, skid plates for the front and rear, a winch, all of these things that a lot of these vehicles come with, it's a lot cheaper to get it from the factory than it is to aftermarket it.
Exactly. I enjoyed one of the stories told by one of the product planners from Hyundai, and he said that he and his wife took the Tucson, which again is a mid-sized SUV, and went to a camping area and folded the seats down. And as you know, many manufacturers now make those seats so they fold flat.
Yes.
And they put sleeping bags in the back of the vehicle, and they didn't even have to put up a tent. So it's really, it's much more user-friendly. And the other thing I was thinking about is that so much of our car craze the last couple of years was manufacturers adding EVs to their stables. And we've seen that that's in a tough spot at the moment because of infrastructure, I believe. But the manufacturers couldn't get away without having an EV. And I feel that it's the same thing now with these soft rotors or a more aggressive trim, that to be a viable manufacturer in today's world, and as you said, the majority of the market is SUV and trucks by far. And so if you don't have something that fits this category, you're kind of behind the 8 ball.
You know, the full flat seats, that was something I believe that was a Rambler staple way back in the day, and you wouldn't be allowed by the girl's dad to take that car to the drive-in. But I tell you, I had some good times in the back of a Suburban one time.
Well, the front
with
seats
no
folded
seats
flat.
in the back. No seats in the back. You know, it was back in the day when you took the third row out and the second row did fold flat. So it made for, you know, a 4x8 sheet of plywood. Okay, we'll go with that.
But the Rambler, it was the front seats that the back folded down.
Yeah.
Not the other way around.
Whatever.
Yeah.
The whole thing turned into a big damn bed.
Exactly.
You're so funny. Yeah.
Not that you don't know anything about that, Sue Mead.
Do you know how many times I have slept in the second seat of a vehicle, especially on my Camel Trophies, when at 2 in the morning or 4 in the morning, mud covered, I was too tired to put up my tent, and I'd say to the guys, I might be the only one that will fit across the seat of the Discovery. I've called it. But I was just in Alaska on a 4-wheel drive trip, and I was with my good friend Ken Cameron, who's a 4-wheel drive expert and travels the world doing extreme 4-wheel drive training. And I set up a trip to show him the wilds of Alaska, and he and his son and I landed up really late at night. It was about midnight, pulling into a place to camp, and they had a 2-person tent, which was just fine for me because there were bear. And I said, guess who's got the back seat? And we were in a older 4-wheel drive Land Cruiser. But yeah, that's all I'm going to say about my back seat.
I got you. And I have to ask you before we let you go, do you know the Lilienthals?
I was thinking the same thing, Don.
Do you know the Lilienthals?
I know the Lilienthals and just admire them so greatly. They were on a Subaru trip in Connecticut.
Yes, yeah.
And they decided they wanted to go through all the New England states because they've been trying to knock off every state. So they came to my house with Oregon wine, and we had the time of our life, and I showed them all my race suits and my Dakar trophy, and they are trophy winners. They have just done so much with the Alcan, and now their European trip with the electric Volkswagen ID.
Yep.
So I admire them greatly.
We had them on a couple of weeks ago, and they're always fun. We've been with them, well, when they both had real jobs, and that's where we started with them. And kind of like you, old friends, and it's just great to have you on the show with us and talk. And what is your next adventure, Sue?
Well, I have the VW ID Buzz that I'll be driving in San Francisco. Actually, I'm heading out on Monday to see a reveal for the new Ford Expedition, an hour-long program which has me traveling 2 days. But and then I'll be at the Off-Road Motorsports Hall of Fame at the end of the month, a place near and dear to my heart, and I'll be speaking briefly about John Retty, one of our colleagues who found out in June, 2 days before he passed, that he was going to be inducted. So I look forward to that. But then I'm hoping to go back to China in November, and I'd love to talk with you all about what I have found in China that's been so exciting. And I was just driving.
We're going to do that in December.
Well, let's do that in December, because I think I told you, Mike, I've been limping for 18 months and because of a knee with a torn meniscus, and then my foot went bad and I need surgery. And I said, could we make it November 11th so I could get all my work done? So that is perfect.
Yeah.
Well, Sue, it's great to talk to you. We look forward to November the 11th when we see you again. And so let's plan a date right now.
Well, Mike, you get back to me.
I will.
I have my surgery that day. I could probably talk to you on the way home in the car, because I love talking about
Well, that'll be fun.
cars. I love talking about cars whenever it fits in. But I have some really fun stories about China, and it's timely as we're looking at tariffs and electric vehicles. 40% of the market there is electric. I'll send you a commercial that was just made that I'm in with the king of drifting from Japan. But that would be a really fun thing to talk with you about.
We love it. Sue, we love you. Thank you so much, and we'll talk soon.
Love you guys. Thanks for having me on.
Thank you. You bet. Bye-bye. All right, the In-Wheel Time Car Talk Show is available 24/7 through the iHeartRadio app. Just look for In-Wheel Time Car Talk. We also video stream our show on Facebook, YouTube, and InWheelTime.com. Podcasts, they're available from your favorite podcast provider. The In-Wheel Time Car Talk Show will continue right after this quick break.
The original group of Lupe Tortilla restaurants will have you telling your family and friends just what the original recipe means when it comes to the best fajitas in Southeast Texas. Founder Stan Holt invites you to visit the first Lupe Tortilla near I-10 and Highway 6. Here is the original house that inspired the design of all the rest and the original charm that helped make Lupe Tortilla the go-to destination for Houston Tex-Mex. Nothing can compete with the original lime pepper marinade that everyone will agree makes Lupe Tortilla award-winning beef fajitas the best anywhere. Lupe Tortilla Katie's another location that gives you the same quality and service Houstonians have come to expect at Lupe's. It's located on 99 the Grand Parkway at Kingsland Boulevard in Katy. Find yourself in Aggieland? Head to the Lupe Tortilla in College Station. Located just around the corner from Kyle Field, it's a great place to enjoy those famous frozen margaritas before or after the game. Going to Louisiana? The Lupe Tortilla in Beaumont is on I-10, so you can't miss it. The original group of Lupe Tortilla restaurants has the best Tex-Mex anywhere, and you're invited anytime. Your car is a direct reflection of you, so don't be satisfied with color fade or a dingy, dull appearance. Get rid of those terrible automated car wash scratches. Gulf Coast Auto Shield is your Save the Paint company. John Gray and his team of detailing experts can help your cars finish without a full repaint. Searching for the real experts in window tint or windshield protection? Gulf Coast Auto Shield. Dash cams, radar detectors? Gulf Coast Auto Shield. Got a new car? Get that thing protected as soon as you take delivery. If you don't know which of the multitude of protection products to go with, John Gray will give you an honest opinion and won't sell you something you don't need or can't afford. John will help you understand the many options and pricing right on the spot. He's your guy to have your ride looking its best and protected too. See the state-of-the-art shop yourself. Free tours anytime. Gulf Coast Auto Shield is easy to get to, located just south of the Southwest Freeway on the Sam Houston Parkway. Gulf Coast Auto Shield, full-service luxury car care today and online at gcautoshield.com.
Time now for the In-Wheel Time Racing Calendar, sponsored by Texas Muscle Car Club Challenge.
Thank you, guys. September 15th, tomorrow, you've got Indy in Portland. That race is going to be very cool. They're almost done with the Indy Series. Same thing with IMSA. IMSA is actually off. You also have Formula One this week, starting actually yesterday. It's the Qatar Airways Azerbaijan.
Azerbaijan.
There you go.
That's what he said.
Yeah, put that with ketchup. It is the Qatar Airways race. And then from there, we've got NASCAR. NASCAR is they're in the Cup playoffs is what they're calling it. Watkins Glen International, that is on to...
That's a great... I love those road courses.
That's where the Xfinity guys ran yesterday, but that's on tomorrow at 3 p.m. It's on the USA Network. NHRA is also this weekend, and they're in Reading, Pennsylvania.
And Erica in Pro Stock is qualified number one.
There you go. Yeah. And that's what we've got right now.
All right, thank you, sir. Mm-hmm. Time now for This Week in Auto History. Mr. Mars has that.
Yeah, dude. It's been a busy month in auto history. September the 10th, 1975. This is when the automotive industry began introducing vehicles designed to run on unleaded gasoline. Now, this was a significant shift prompted by new emissions regulations aimed at reducing air pollution. Lead was commonly used in gasoline to improve engine performance and reduce knocking, but it contributed to the harmful emissions and posed health risks, particularly if you were a sniffer. The transition to unleaded gasoline was a major milestone in environmental protection, aligning with efforts to improve air quality and public health. Then on September the 12th, in 1914, Jeff, Cadillac revolutionized the automotive industry by introducing the first mass-produced V8 engine. This was a 5.1-liter, 315 cubic inch that produced 70 horsepower, which is a significant leap in power and performance compared to the contemporary vehicles. Featured a 90-degree overhead valve design, water cooling, and was capable of reaching speeds up to 65 miles an hour, if you can believe that.
That is donkey.
The V8's smooth, powerful performance elevated Cadillac's reputation for luxury and innovation, and this engine marked a milestone in automotive engineering, influencing engine design for decades to come. Then on September the 13th, 1973, OPEC oil embargo begins, and it had a profound impact on the American automobile industry. The embargo imposed by OPEC in response to U.S. support for Israel during the Yom Kippur War led to a massive rise in oil prices and fuel shortages, which exposed the vulnerability of American independence on foreign oil at the time. Going to September the 14th in 1908, the first commercial gas station, the Standard Oil Service Station, opened in St. Louis, Missouri. This pioneering establishment marked a significant development in automotive infrastructure, providing a dedicated place for fueling vehicles with that gasoline. Prior to this, you had to go to a general store or hardware store to find somebody that sold gasoline. But this helped facilitate the widespread adoption of automobiles, laying the foundation for a modern network of gas stations that we rely on today. September the 14th, 1955, launch of the Mercedes-Benz 300 SL Gullwing. This is an iconic sports car renowned for its distinctive upward opening doors and advanced engineering. The 300 SL featured a fuel-injected inline six-cylinder, a lightweight design, and aerodynamic shape that contributed to its handling and agility, which combined to show it some of the 1950s automotive luxury and innovations. This week in automotive history.
Beautiful.
Thank you, sir. Aston Martin just unveiled its latest flagship model, the Vanquish, a muscular carbon fiber-bodied $429,000 coupe.
Yeah.
It's more luxurious and sporting than the DBS it replaces, featuring a coddling leather and cashmere interior and reaching a top speed of 214 miles an hour, the highest ever of any Aston series production vehicle. Motivating it is a new twin-turbocharged 5.2-liter V12 engine that produces 824 horsepower, a significant increase from its 759 horsepower of its predecessor's V12. Aston's Beast joins a host of all-new 6- and 7-figure supercars, including the 423,819 horsepower Ferrari 12 Cilindri, the hybrid 604,100 horsepower Lamborghini Rivuelto.
I think I'm supposed to look at one of those.
And the $4 million 1,800 horsepower Bugatti Tourbillon.
That'll fit in your garage, Jeff.
As long as they fit in the garage, I'm good.
That features a 12 or 16-cylinder gas-powered motor, generally in larger and more potent forms than their progenitors.
Oh, spell it.
Is that the word for the day?
Progenitors. You could twist that around and really get in some serious trouble.
Yeah, you could.
Progenitors. I'm not going to go any further than that. The In-Wheel Time Car Talk Show will continue after this quick break.
Pro-Am Auto Accessories has been serving Houston's auto enthusiasts since 1984, providing world-class products for sports cars, European sedans, and American muscle. Pro-Am is known as the place to go to find exclusive and hard-to-find parts and accessories. Pro-Am is one of the very first distributors in the USA for brands such as Recaro, Redline, Momo, Corbo, and Simpson. Located in the heart of Houston's premier retail and service corridor, the Galleria area, Pro-Am's walk-in storefront includes an 8,000-square-foot warehouse, showroom, and installation bays. Pro-Am not only sells parts and accessories, but also offers installation and service. Pro-Am is now reaching a worldwide audience through Pro-Am.com, taking its local reputation to the rest of the world. At Pro-Am Auto, you'll be dealing with a small group of professionals who truly want to help you with your automotive needs. If you don't see what you're looking for on the website, call and Pro-Am will lend you a hand. Pro-Am Auto, 6125 Richmond at Green Ridge and Houston's Galleria area. Call them at 713-781-7755. The N-Wheel Time Fall Tour begins Saturday, September 28th at Woody's 6th Annual Waterfront Rod and Custom Car Show. There'll be awards for Best Truck, Rat Rod, Import, Paint, Engine, Interior, and Best of Show. It happens at the Topwater Grill in San Leon, Texas, where the backdrop of Galveston Bay will be one for your car scrapbook. Registration is $30 per car on site. Visitors are free 8 to 4, Saturday, September 28th. It's Woody's 6th Annual Waterfront Rod and Custom Car Show at Topwater Grill in San Leon, Texas.
Well, that's all for this week's In Wheel Time Car Talk Show. Be sure and check out our website, InWheelTime.com. Follow us on Facebook. Give us a like. Tell your friends, car friends about us. And share our stuff, your friends too. We'll keep you connected to all things automotive all week long. The Love Line is open and can be reached at info@InWheelTime.com. We like car pics, so send us some of your car with a description and any info you want us to include, and we'll feature it on a future show.
You bet.
When you're looking for award-winning car talk, you can find it on the In Wheel Time Car Talk Show 24/7 on the iHeartRadio app. Grab a podcast anytime from your favorite podcast provider. We live stream this show on Facebook, YouTube, and InWheelTime.com every Saturday from 10 to noon Central Time. The In Wheel Time video technical director is We Need More Jeff Zekin. The booking agent, video editor, and people finder Mike Out of This World Mars, and chief engineer David Ainsley. I'm Don Armstrong. And condolences go out today to the mother of Monty the Singing Donkey, Pinky. We know and bear your loss with you, and we hope that things will get better for you.
Yeah.
And we hope that you'll join us next week here on the In Wheel Time Car Talk Show. Saturday, that would be September the 21st already,
Yeah,
from
how about
10
that?
to noon Central Time on all of our In Wheel Time Car Talk outlets. Be safe out there and have a great weekend.